No more time as the red lights go out and away for the first of their couple of races that we're going to pick up. And it's a great start from Mark Kringle. And then we see Scott Rowbottom getting up ahead of Lance Carey. We're on board with the Ariston camera on David Jones's machine, and we're running down towards Cascades. David in 5th place and looking around left and right round Lance to see if he can get up to 4th. We've got the run along Lakeside towards Island Bend, and well, have we got enough? Not quite. Lance Carey just chopping across our nose, and meanwhile at the front, Mark Cheetham, something of a local rider from Chorley, not far down the road, gets up ahead of Mark Kringle. And there we see Paul Hughes through Shell chasing hard after Jack Sim. Jack, his wife, gave birth to a baby just a couple of nights ago. So, the sleepless nights begin. Mark Cheetham then, with Mark Kringle right behind him. Scott Rowbottom with the blue wheels in 3rd place. Then Lance Carey still ahead of David Jones as they pick. Oh, and running across the grass there, but staying on board. That'll cost him nothing but half a dozen places in a bit of time. That's Richard Green, I think, just regaining his position there. But up the front, it's all about the 2 marks. And Mark Cheetham it is ahead of Mark Kringle. Lance Carey shaping to run up the inside as they go into Lodge there. Lance Carey can't quite make it, and there's Josh Wainwright making good progress further back. We see Ralph Laturco in the mix. There's Ralph just running across the grid there, and Jack Sim, the new dad, leading the TGG Cup for the over 25-year-olds coming into this weekend. And there, once more on board with David Jones. Lovely to have this Ariston camera. And good idea, he's still running in 5th place. There's the 2 marks, Scott Rowbottom and Lance Carey ahead. And there we see Lance sitting up for the hairpin. David Jones and Reese Rothwell tucked in behind, and just behind Reese there, the yellow helmeted, red leathered Tim Venables. Paul Hughes once again around Shell, and the leaders down into the chicane. There's David Jones on our camera bike, and there on cue, lovely shot of Lance Carey switching left and right and then chasing up Clay Hill under the bridge past the old water tower on the right, and then setting it up for Druids here at Oulton, as well as at Brands Hatch, of course. And then the blast down this series of, well, it's not that they're bumps, they're more lumps, over this little hilly, there you see a sort of corrugated effect as they run down into Lodge Corner. And there David Jones in 5th, running down through Deer Leap, and Lance Carey up alongside, and indeed just ahead of Scott Rowbottom. Scotty coming back at him as they cross the line, and from the Ariston on board of David Jones, we see Scott Rowbottom retake 3rd place. So we, along with David, chasing down the avenue into Cascades. Ooh, I thought we were going to line up for the inside there. Let's have a look around the outside instead. Can't quite find a way through Lance Carey. There's the 2 marks up the front. Scott Rowbottom back into 3rd. Lance Carey there in 4th, having tasted 3rd for about 10 metres. And heavy braking into Shell. And of course, just behind David Jones, you can see now that Tim Venables has got up ahead of Reese Rothwell. And there over Hilltop they come, plunging down towards Knickerbrook and the Hislop chicane. And there Josh Wainwright, having broken away from the pack behind, being led by Ralph Laturco. Ralph on the number 46 machine there is the 2nd of the TGG Cup runners. Of course, the overall leader at the moment, Mark Cheetham, of the TGG Cup in this race. And there we see Andy Marriott being chased hard by James Stone, but Paul Hughes sandwiched in between them as the leaders come down towards us. Mark Cheetham, Mark Kringle, and once more Ariston on board with David Jones. Oh, look at this. And Lance Carey getting a real run on Scott Rowbottom, but Scott's going to try and fend him off as they cross the start-finish line. We've got a grandstand view of this. Maybe we can sneak up the middle. No, we can't. Scotty resumes his 3rd place, and Lance trying absolutely everywhere but can't find a way past him. And side by side they are down to Cascades, and well, give it the gun. Come on, David. and us. Here we go, down the inside of Cascades. We are up into fourth. And yes, we are, and chasing hard now after Scott Rowbottom. And I think I'm working the accelerator and Dave Jones doing the brakes. Here we come, down towards Ireland. And there's the 2 marks. But where's us? There we are, in 4th place, number 89. And look at this, Tim Venables just slipping underneath Lance Carey there as well. So Lance losing out a couple of spots. Reece Rothwell on the back of that group. And there we see the turkey, Ralph Turco, just being outdone by Shane Parsons there. This is Shane's best run of the season. He's going like a train. The Shane train. And there we see David Jones putting Scott Rowbottom under pressure, but Scott's equal to it. So David Jones and us settling back there and running through the... Goodness me, that's Reece Rothwell and Lance Carey. Well, they're both going to lose out in terms of time and position there as the leader once more coming down from Druids towards Lodge, and this looking very comfortable at the moment for Mark Cheetham. It's less comfortable behind. Mark Kringle under big pressure. Scott Rowbottom right on his rear tyre, and David Jones getting his face in there as well. Great race from Jones. Last that flag is held aloft by Lindsay on the start line. 2 marks have gone through there. Scott Rowbottom, David Jones into Oulton. Now, come on, we're on board. See if we can give it the gun. Well, sorry about this, Scott, but we're on board. Come on! Coming down towards Cascades, but Scott Rowbottom, lovely line through there. The Michelin Young Gunner already taken wins this season at David Jones. Well, he'd love to get on this podium. Have we got the run up the inside? I think Scotty will be right with us. There he is, just chopping across our bows as we run down through Ireland into Shell. Mark Cheetham already through. There's Mark Kringle in second. Scott Rowbottom and David Jones, this leading 4, breaking away from the pack. Half a lap to go. And there's Shane Pearson being chased hard by Tom Fisher ahead of Ralph Turco. And there we see Toby Glenn and Ben Cater. Great scraps going on all the way down the field in this Triumph Triple Challenge race, but up the front there, a little bit of an advantage from Mark Cheetham. Absolutely nothing in it behind us. Scott Rowbottom nips up into second ahead of Mark Kringle. David Jones gets his face in there as well. This one will run to the flag. Second, third and fourth. And here, the battle as we see Toby Glenn there just nipping past Ralph Turco. But Ralph still second of the TGG Cup runners. Under pressure from Ben Cater, in fact, as he runs up the hill. So he could lose that position. Leaders down towards us once again for the last time, and it is Mark Cheetham now. Scott Rowbottom just hanging on there on the inside of Druids from Mark Kringle. David Jones with him to the flag, but there, the win to Mark Cheetham. Scott Rowbottom will love every inch of that. Fantastic stuff to the end of this race there. Tim Venables crossing the line in 6th. And, well, let's see the end of this scrap. Toby Glenn looks as though he might pick up another place before the flag is just squeezed out as they run through dearly. And there, the new dad, Jack Sim, nearly didn't think he'd make this weekend, but he got permission from his wife to come and play. But Jack further back down the field as Mark Cheetham takes the win from Mark Kringle. Scott Rowbottom finished 3rd ahead of us and David Jones. Josh Wainwright was 5th. And Reece Rothwell rounding out top 6. And there, Mark Cheetham from Chorley, not far down the road from Malton Park, taking a dominant win in the TGG Cup from Ralph Turco. Ben Cater 3rd, Jack Sim 4th, Paul Hughes 5th, and Richard Green in 6th place. Very happy chappy, Mark Cheetham, with Ralph Turco and Ben Cater.